So we came out with a video. It's called Delusion Already on Display. And this one's going to be called Delusion Already on Display Part 2. But it's the same deal. Derrick James and Errol Spence, you know, we told you they don't want to be in reality. This is how people like a Derrick James or Errol Spence deal with stuff like that. You got a man telling you that I'm, you know, asking Buddha to make me everything that I need to be for Errol Spence. And you're from Oak Cliff, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here, Derrick James? Who ever told you about Buddhism in Oak Cliff? You know what I'm saying? But Spence himself, he's over here leading up to the fight. You know, Mike Tyson would say something. He's like, you already manifesting it. You know, and he said that a few times, you know, a few separate people during that whole ordeal. But this is more of that speak it, believe it, receive it type nonsense. We told you that these dudes were trying to, you know, talk Terrence Crawford out of existence. You know what I'm saying? They really believe in this type of stuff. Errol Spence himself, he's really into that self-help type nonsense. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, that stuff ain't going to help you. I'm telling you that right now. There's only one that can help you. That's Jesus Christ. But that stuff, it doesn't help you guys. It really doesn't. And I'm trying to tell you that right now. But, you know, both guys are on this metaphysical, you know, Eastern philosophy type nonsense. You know, basically Gnosticism type nonsense. It's like a merging of all this stuff. But either way, you know, and you're saying crazy things. You're talking about how Sean Porter was a beat fighter, and you know, but the version Danny Garcia, for example, is a guy, you know, who wasn't checked out, and he's the best counter puncher. We went over this stuff, guys. They tried to sit here and literally convince themselves that Terrence Crawford is nothing. He's a nobody. He's a peasant. You understand? He's not on their level. You know what I'm saying? This guy was saying that Kell Brook was a switch hitter. Whenever people were bringing up Terrence Crawford switch hitting, he was even getting mad and like, I think he cursed. He cursed at one of these interviewers who asked him about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But these people, they're going to continue to be in delusion. And the Errol Spence fans, they're going to continue to be in delusion. I've already seen them pick themselves back up somewhat. You ain't going to put your money on Errol Spence, you know, in the rematch, just like you didn't put your money on Errol Spence in the first fight. You know, they're that smart enough not to do that. You know what I'm saying? This was the big fish. This was the star. This was a guy that, you know, was a household name, was selling all kinds of pay-per-view and everything else, putting all these seats in AT&T Stadium, although Jerry Jones was buying Errol Spence's tickets. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more so of this fake, false world that these people want to be a part of and live in, more so than it is like, you know, I just don't know how to explain it. But it's a very weird phenomenon, guys. And Derrick James, just in one of these recent interviews, you know, no comment. You think you're on that level where you don't have to comment? When we all know you guys didn't prepare right for this fight. We all know it. You were only watching film on All Access. You told us you don't even watch boxing unless you have to prepare for a fight. You know what I'm saying? You guys did everything wrong that you could do wrong in this situation. You guys were beaten on every level that you could be beaten on. Physical, mental, and spiritually. All the things that you were professing for yourself was going to happen in what you were going to do to Crawford. It ended up happening to you. You understand? And you're still wanting to be in disbelief. You still don't want to confront the truth. You want to continue to live in this lie, in this make-believe, in this fantasy world. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I mean, we've already talked about this. To me, that's reprobate type stuff. You know, that's, you know, good is now evil and evil is good. Left is right, right is left. Fantasy is now the truth and reality is now fantasy. And, you know, this, again, we went in it hard in the first video that we did about this, but none of this is nothing new to me, guys. I've been telling you this. That video is still up. You can go watch it. I'm seeing nothing new. You know what I'm saying? From the fans or from Derrick James. And if this man continues to still want to train with Derrick James and things like, you already have your answer who's going to win the rematch. We gave you the answer who was going to win the first fight. And I'm telling you, that answer ain't changing. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. What are you going to do? You're going to have to acknowledge what Crawford did to you for you to work on something to counter it and to give you a better opportunity to beat Terrence Crawford. But you don't want to do that. You didn't want to watch film the first time. You just wanted to tell yourself that Crawford hasn't fought nobody. That Top Rank has great matchmaking when it was you the whole time. That was a media creation. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Jones is buying your tickets. That happened in real life, guys. Never heard Warren Buffett needing to buy Terrence Crawford's tickets. You were the A side who implemented a coin toss into your contract. You were the first guy who said, you're on the wrong side of the street. And that was supposed to be hard. You guys were cheerleading that stuff. This is a new world today. It's inverted. You know what I'm saying? It's upside down. The opposite is cool, although it's false and it doesn't exist. And this boxing, you're just seeing it, you know, on the platform of boxing. But, you know, this is the cool thing to do today. All these idiots think it's cool, you know, to tell you that a man is a woman. You understand? That the lie is the truth. It's the same thing. You're just seeing it on a boxing platform. And these same people, they're gathering values that are from pagan religions, that are anti-Christian, that are anti-Jesus Christ. They're telling you, you know, they're trying to tell you that this new mass amalgam of a religion that has Buddhism and a little bit of Christ and a little bit of this, you know, this is the way the world's going to right now. This stuff does not surprise me in the bit, guys. It does not. It's even in the Bible tells you this stuff happens. And it tells it to you in plain English, plain text. Doesn't try to sound cool and articulate. It just tells you plainly. So plainly, it's insane to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? None of this stuff is new, nor does it shock me. Derrick James, again, you're from Oak Cliff. Who taught you about Buddhism, bro? You know what I'm saying? Who taught you about that? You better focus on boxing, because it seems like you got a little bit too much time to go to the library, wherever you went, and picking up books and reading about Buddhism. And then you got Errol Spence over here. We already talked about him too. We'll use the word amalgam because I used the word mutt in one of my videos. I'm not going to call him a mutt. That's disrespectful. And that's disrespectful to the image of our Lord, because we're all made in God's image. But you're an amalgam, bro. You're over here speaking, believe it, receive it stuff. You're talking about God one minute, you're Muslim religion the next, and your trainer's over here talking about Buddhism. It sounds like you guys got too much time on your hands talking about manifestation. And did anything manifest in that fight? Are you going to ask Buddha to give Errol Spence timing, punch placement, defense, ring IQ, footwork? You were telling Errol Spence to move to the side and all this stuff during the fight. You guys don't even train on that. We told you you're a two-dimensional fighter. You only know how to move forwards and backwards, bro. And your logic, it's so funny how people call bad habits fundamentals. It's the same thing. It's nothing new to me, guys. You understand? I get it. Some of you wanted to hear me on this, but we've already addressed this a million times. And this is me beating a dead horse. You guys can have your beliefs, but I'm telling you, that's just reprobate mind type stuff. The opposite is true from the truth. That's all reprobate basically is summed up. Again, skills, you know, again, is now unskilled. Crawford is just athletic. You understand? How did you train for his athleticism then? What about the counterpunching and everything else? We all see how foolish this stuff is, guys. We all see how foolish this stuff is. It's nothing new, nor does it shock me. Not at all. You created this little suburb boy, again, works with Al Heyman, and now he's over here in the street doing dumb stuff. Again, You're at a phase where like a junior high kid goes through, where you start hanging with the wrong crowd and you're becoming the character, man. You're doing, I know mommy and daddy didn't raise you like that, Errol Spence. You were a good kid. You were a good kid. All this make-believe. I've been tired of it, guys. And we've only focused on the boxing aspect of it. There's so much crazy stuff going on right now, guys. I don't even know what to tell you, man. It's just insane to me. You know? But no, that's nothing new. Derrick James is still in the same mindset. He doesn't want to face the truth. You're going to have to watch film. You know, you and Errol Spence, you're going to have to confront what it was that, you know, beat you. It wasn't timing. And I'm going to tell you right now what this dude's going to do. In the fight, he started getting confident in trying to throw more lead left hands, you know? And he does this in all his fights. You know, the jab, 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 straight left, square, square, triangle. You understand? Square, 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 triangle, square, triangle. He eventually, you know, starts leading with the left because now these people, they're used to a rhythm and he now knows he can change it up a little bit. We told you, it's ABC 1, 2, 3 type nonsense. The level of difficulty is not that hard. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too is he likes to intimidate guys. And people who are intimidated by Spence, they do fall for that basic nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And Crawford never did. He was never intimidated by Errol Spence. That was the first thing that really shook Errol Spence to his bones. But Derrick James and Errol Spence, they never wanted to face the truth. They wanted this make-believe world to be true. And it never was. But deep down inside, they knew what the truth was. They were ducking for years. We all saw it. They're over here playing these ridiculous, maniacal games. Let's have Errol Spence show up to the Sean Porter fight just in case Sean Porter, you know, beats him. He was going to go up there and have a rematch with Sean Porter. But when you saw what happened, the disappointment, the disgust, the disbelief, you didn't want to believe the truth that was right there in front of your face. So what do? You ran out of the arena. You never believed you could beat Terrence Crawford. And everything has just been a safe face tactic for Errol Spence, guys. They don't want to face the truth. The truth's the only thing that's going to set you free. That is just the truth of the matter. The lie's not going to work. You understand? It never will work. Even when it looks like it's being successful. Seemed like Spence was on top of the world there. But look what's going on in your life. Multiple car wrecks, drugs, alcohol. And there's other issues that I won't even care to address on this video. Allegedly. You understand? But you still want to live in the lie. And as long as you don't want to confront the truth, you know, you're already giving this to Terrence Crawford. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be no different. You Spence fans, again, you dudes weren't putting your money on Errol Spence. You guys even knew what the truth was. This whole safe face, internet, fantasy world thing, it's over with, guys. You can waste everyone's time and come up with new reasons why you think Errol Spence is going to beat Crawford. It's not going to happen. This chapter is already written and it's already done. And it's been written and done a long time ago, guys. That was an easy fight to call. That one was easier than Sean Porter. You understand? Your style just does not present a big enough challenge to a guy like Terrence Crawford, a versatile fighter, a guy that they always kept you from, a guy who also has power. Again, another attribute they kept you away from. They never wanted to make the fight. Terrence Crawford came out with an interview. I can't remember who he was talking to. It could have been Joe Rogan. Again, this stuff gets mixed and matched in my head, guys. But he said, you know, he went to Spence and was telling them what they're trying to do. And he said he just wanted what was fair. You understand? Because these guys were trying to screw him again. Just like they did before the Avanesian fight. And he's like, screw it, I'll go fight Avanesian then. But, you know, he brought it to the light what was going on. And again, Aerospin seemed to comply with it. So kudos to both guys. But PBC never wanted this fight. They wanted him to go up and cash out versus Canelo. They didn't want him what occurred to happen. You understand? But you guys already know this. You don't need me to tell you any of this. You guys know exactly what's going on. I don't need to continue to beat a dead horse. We'll talk to you guys later, right? Bye.